Welcome back to Retirement Unplugged. I got Ann Christine with us today. She's been with us several times, so she's back in the house again.
Back again.
Yeah. So let's talk about school. How's that going?
Great. It's so nice.
What's not? What do you mean? Why is it nice?
Well, I mean, you could probably tell just by how I am when I get home.
I will say that used to, when you had kids in class, you would pull in the garage. I'd look out, and like the car's still running. She was asleep at the wheel. maybe not that bad, but
Close.
pretty close.
I mean,
Yeah, pretty close.
And I didn't make it home. I mean, if it was 5:30, it was good.
Before?
Yeah, before it
Yeah.
was. If it was 5:30, that was a good day. Because I always wanted to make sure I had stuff ready for the next day. And I worked after school, which I'm doing again. But I'm not near as tired because I haven't dealt with 20-something kids for 7.5 hours or 7 hours and then had to do after school. So I have a lot more energy. I'm not near as stressed. I've probably lost, I don't know, 8 to 10 pounds.
What?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Stress adds the pounds on.
That's cool. What, you get the munchies or something?
No, it's just stress.
I was going to say,
Cortisol.
I don't know if that's from stress or not if you get the munchies.
No, I think it's something totally different. But stress raises your cortisol, which causes you to gain weight. So
Okay.
I mean, since May, I have lost almost 10 pounds.
Really?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah, you did. You're always telling me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
you
do
did.
say some things.
Yeah.
From time to time.
You did.
So no kids in the class.
Right.
You're not dead tired when you get home,
No.
which is a good thing.
It's a very good thing.
Because it used to drive me crazy. You'd walk
Yeah.
in, sit down on the couch, boom,
I'd be out.
be out of sleep by 7:30.
Oh, I could have gone to sleep earlier than that.
Yeah. So what is the biggest thing that you enjoy other than the kids not being in the class? What do you enjoy about this job?
I get
Wait a minute, back up.
Okay.
What is your job? I'm gonna go ahead and tell you. I've had people ask me,
Yeah.
what's she doing, and I really can't explain it.
I know, neither can Zane. He's
Yeah.
tried. He's like, she's doing something, helping reading. Something.
Yeah, I say, well, she's a reading specialist. Okay, what does that mean?
What is that?
Good question. So, how about you break that down first?
Okay, so I am a ARI reading specialist. So it is funded through the State Department. And I actually go into the classroom and I help the teachers implement areas of deficit that the children have.
When it comes to reading,
When it comes to reading, it could be phonics skills, it could be implementing a small group on how to, dig deep into where the children are having the deficits. So it just kind of gives them other ideas, and I model for them how to teach whatever they're needing. I co-plan with them. It's not like I'm in there and I'm teaching and she's watching. I will model a part of a lesson, but then we're just bouncing off of each other. So just like me and you are sitting here talking, we would be sitting here talking about things, me and the other teacher, and then she might teach part of the lesson, I might teach part of the lesson. We have aha moments, and then we get together and we talk about it and debrief it, and then the next time we do it again, we're like, okay, well, that worked last time, let's do this. And the kids really were engaged, and that's the key, is keeping the kids engaged, because, they're tired. They want to go home too.
oh man, kids today,
Yeah.
they have a lot of stuff going on outside of school, way
Right.
more than we did, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. So I'm just there to. I'm a co-teacher with them. I'm not there to observe them or critique them or anything like that. I'm just there to help them implement things that they feel like they might need help with, or because I'm learning too. It's a learning process for me also with this new role. But like I said, I'm a co-teacher with the teacher. So,
Okay.
And I just just try to help the kids in the areas that they need help in.
Okay. Let me ask you this. How do the teachers respond to you being there helping out? How do they respond to
Well,
that?
and that's what I've talked to him about, is that I'm going into it as, hey, I'm not in here with a clipboard to check things off and observe you and critique you and all this. I'm here, hey, what do you think? What do you think is going to work? And then I say, well, I think this might work, and she might be, or he might say, I agree, or she might have an idea. So it is. So for 90% of them are very welcoming, because they're like, yeah, come on.
Could use the help.
Yeah, because even as a seasoned teacher like me with 18 years, anytime somebody wanted to come in, yeah, sure, because you might learn something new.
Yeah, I know, but you know how people are.
Oh yeah,
Some people are pretty protective of their area.
They are.
No different than where I worked.
Right.
I was protective of, hey, oh, wait a minute, this is my team here.
Yeah.
Don't.
But if you're open, which a lot of the seasoned teachers are, I've just talked about some ideas with them, and they're like, thank you, that's so refreshing. I never thought of it like that, because I might see something differently, and they see, just like me and you. We see things differently.
Yeah, but 99% of the time I'm right. It doesn't matter, but go ahead.
Yeah, whatever. So, but yeah, it's, and it's an eye opener for me too, because, I think everybody does the thing the way I teach, and then you realize that they don't. So it's, like I said, it's learning for me too, because then I see different ways that people are implementing things within their classroom. So it helps me too.
Everybody has something to offer.
Oh yeah.
I've always said that. Even the job that I had prior to my retirement, even in that supervisory role, everybody on that crew had something to offer, and I always stress that. And it's no different than where you're at today.
Right.
Every teacher has something to offer that, maybe you think you're good at, or maybe you think you know a lot about, that maybe there's some details that you missed.
Right. And the beauty of it all is, because I'm so passionate about children, is that I still get to interact with the children. I'm with a different group, or, I might be with a different teacher. And so I get to see all the kids, K through 3. So that's the beauty of it, is I'm still surrounded by the kids.
Yeah. You always were a kid lover.
Yeah, still am.
And they always, man, I can remember going to a football game, baseball game, whatever it might be, what event, it doesn't matter. And kids are always drawn to you for some reason. I don't, whatever.
But one of the parts that I miss the most, I think, is the parent interaction, because for the most part, I had really good parent communication.
Yeah.
And I miss those relationships that I get to create with these parents and with the children, because I might be in a classroom for 6 weeks and I get to know that class, but I don't get to know them as well as when you have them every single day, for 181 days.
Right.
So,
but you have to admit, parents and children of today are probably a little different than they used to be.
And that part, like I said, that part of it I don't miss. Are the behaviors and the parents that don't want to have anything to do with them, or the backlash that I get because I'm not doing my job, or they assume I'm not doing my job. So that part of it I don't miss.
Yeah.
I don't miss the threats and the
threats.
Yeah, all the ugly things they would say to me and stuff.
Yeah, it's probably, and this is how I see it. And I'm not there every day like you, but this is how I see it. It's almost like parents. Some parents of today, not all, they have very little to do with their kids and their classroom stuff, but yet they're the biggest complainers.
Oh, absolutely. If their child's not passing or not making, decent grades and things like that, they blame the teacher. And we have 20-something children that we're trying to expose to this material. But if you don't do anything when they get home, or you don't have any type of interaction with them, and it could be the smallest thing as, looking at street signs when you're going down the road in the car or something, if you don't have anything to do with them and you put them in front of some form of technology, all they're getting is from us. So they don't get that double dip at home too, and these kids need that, because especially these kindergarten kids, these are the COVID babies that had no interaction outside of their home for so long. So it's like they get to school. That was a rough period. Oh my God. They get to school and they don't know how to act.
But that was a rough period for parents, children,
everybody.
Teachers. I mean, work, out in the workforce, that was tough on everybody.
Yeah.
Go back, you mentioned putting a device in front of a kid.
Mm-hmm.
How many times do we go out to eat or go somewhere, and in order to make their child be quiet, instead of teaching your children some principles, they just hand them that phone
That's
and
right.
put
Or
it in
that
front of
tablet.
them, keep them occupied,
Yeah.
or bring a tablet
Yeah.
because you know what's
it's
going to happen.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to parent.
Yeah.
And not that I didn't say, hey, I'm going to cook supper, watch this video.
Uh-huh.
I would put in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles VHS, or Teletubbies or something for the kids, and, while I cooked supper or something like that. But that was the only time.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't play video games.
Yeah, but
and
if you look today, parents even do that themselves. Well, how many times we've talked about this
Oh, I
before?
know.
We go out to eat or go somewhere, and as a couple, and there's no children sitting there, and they're sitting across from each other, and both are on their phones.
Yeah, no, but they don't know how to communicate. They don't know how to socialize.
That drives me crazy.
Oh, it drives me crazy.
Yeah, parenting of today, is way different.
Yeah.
Way different, but
And you can see it, though. That's the thing. That's the sad part about it, is you can see it in these kids that come into school. They don't know how to have conversations with their peers. They don't know how to just do normal, go to the bathroom.
yeah,
They don't know how to do it.
huh?
They don't know how to play because there's not been any socialization.
Wow,
No skills.
man, I think back to whenever I was a kid. That's all we did.
I know.
My mom and dad opened that door, and we were gone.
That's right. You gotta be home by sunset when the lights come on.
Yeah. I mean, we played outside all the time, and I don't know that they even knew what we were doing.
No, I know my parents didn't.
And I would say 95% of the time we were a street over, probably either on our street, because there were so many kids between our two streets growing up, Maple Street and Sycamore Street. I couldn't tell you countless number of kids
Right.
that we played all the time. Now, there was a percentage of time we were probably not where we were supposed to be.
Yeah.
We were uptown on our bikes or something. But small town,
Well, we
you could get away with
we
it.
could ride all over Hartsville. I can remember me and Valerie. We'd get on our bicycles and we wouldn't come home, and we would meet other kids on other streets.
Oh, sure.
Or we'd be on our skateboards. I mean, nobody was hardly on the roads. We could be on our skateboards going all over town on our skateboards. Or we'd be behind TG&Y digging in the dumpster looking for, shoes that didn't even fit us.
Hey, if you two were digging in the dumpster, one of you had to be holding the other one up.
No, we loved it.
Because between the two of you ain't but about 7 foot.
Stop. But no kidding, we would go, because we would watch, and we would go, and they'd just be throwing clothes and boxes of shoes and everything, just throwing stuff away that people had returned.
Yeah.
And so we'd go up there, and I'll never forget, I found a pair of shoes, and they were too big for me, but they were called yo-yos. And they were like white sandals with a brown sole, and it had a big heel on it, but it had a hole in the heel.
Yeah.
And it looked like a yo-yo, so they called them yo-yos.
Okay.
I loved walking around in those things. I thought I was
Styling and profiling.
yeah, but they were way too big for me.
Yeah. You talk about riding. Whenever I was a kid, my mother bought me and my middle brother unicycles. Yes. You don't hear
that
that?
was just in the circus.
Well, it was a circus around our house 24/7. I promise you. It
Cookie.
was. Yeah,
Cookie
man.
was ringleader.
She didn't care who was there. It was a circus all
Yeah.
the time. It was a circus. But bought us unicycles. I could ride that thing anywhere. I could jump off curbs. I could do whatever. I mean, I couldn't ride it backwards,
Yeah.
but I could ride it off anything, anywhere
crazy.
without falling off of it. Oh yeah, man.
Did you have a pogo stick?
Oh yeah, we had.
I had one, but I could never do it. I don't know what it was. I couldn't get my rhythm.
Yeah,
I don't know what it was.
I don't know.
Like, I could bounce on it a couple of times, and then I'd come off of it.
Yeah. But I mean, so we were outside all the time, man, having a good time. But yeah, parents of today, well, they raise their kids different today,
Yeah.
right? I've looked some stuff up. It's very interesting. What they call our generation of kids, like latchkey or something.
Latchkey kids,
Latchkey kids, where you carried a key to the house. I don't even think our house was ever locked.
Ours was.
We just came and went.
But we weren't latchkey until Mom went to work with Daddy, and I don't know, maybe we were 13,
Yeah.
and Patrick was still at home. He hadn't left to go to college yet, but I was like 13, maybe Valerie was 12. But because mother was always at home with us until we got older.
Right. No, man, we'd come home from school. I mean, my parents both worked, and
Yeah.
we just had freedom.
Yeah.
And you could tell it. We were wild. But we weren't the only. All kids were the same. So it's
Yeah.
not like we were, any different than anybody else. It's not like we were the hooligans of the block. Well, we might have been, but
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, so we had freedom to do until they got home,
Right.
whatever time that was, 4 or 5 o'clock. I don't know.
But see, now you can't do that. Somebody will call DHR on you for your kids being unattended.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? Mm-hmm. I mean, it's insanity, actually.
It is.
I don't know that you teach your kids anything, which also I'll say, though, in today's time, there's some adults that are
Yeah.
crazy, too. You kidnaps or,
Yeah.
you can't tell
But,
what might happen.
I mean, like, I can remember at 12, I started babysitting,
yeah.
But now, that's like I said, nowadays, people find out you're at home by yourself,
Yeah, exactly.
you're going to get in trouble.
Yeah. What was it? What were the signs in the yard you used to have to put up, like the neighborhood watch
Oh,
signs?
neighborhood watch, yeah.
You could steal
Yeah.
a sign and make it look like you were,
Yeah.
you'd already paid that deal and
Yeah.
had neighborhood watch going on or whatever. I don't know.
That's crazy.
But it's interesting, the style of parenting today, where I don't know. I mean, I think back when I was young, and my dad, my mom wouldn't, but my dad, I mean, he'd take that belt off. If you got out of line, he'd take that belt off.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember those days.
Yeah.
Versus today, I guarantee you, kids don't get whipped with a belt.
No, because then they'd get in trouble probably. I mean, I know
Hey,
some friends.
that belt cures all. I'm
I've
telling
got
you.
friends to this day. They have young ones, and I know of one, and the dad whips them with a belt. They get the belt,
Well, there's nothing wrong with that.
and I mean, I never got spanked with a belt. Like Mama always spanked us with a paddle or a paint stir, but because they had paint stirs everywhere since they owned a paint store at one time. But I can remember Daddy wanting to get after us one time, and Mother wouldn't let
Mama
him.
put a stop to it.
Mama wouldn't let him.
Really?
I mean, one time.
Oh, man.
And she would not let him. She
No.
was the disciplinary.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Not us, man. I can remember, no kidding, I can remember getting circle whippings. You know what a circle whipping is?
Yeah, it's where they're spinning in circles spanking you because you're trying to get away from them.
My dad, I remember one time, true story, I ran across where our house sat. I think it was called Dawson Highway or something right there beside our house. And there was a grocery store across the road. And I ran across the road on a dirt bike in front of some cars. And guess what? Dad was one of the cars.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. Son, let me tell you. Whenever he got home or whenever I got back and he was there, I heard that belt hit every loop.
Yeah,
And I was underneath Mom,
yeah.
and he was going around Mom whipping me. Wasn't nothing Mom could do. She probably had a cigarette in her hand going, yeah, just the way it is.
Yeah.
But he whipped the fire out of me, and I deserved it, you know. I could have gotten hurt bad, killed on a motorcycle, and he's parked right there. Yeah, Dad believed in that
good.
belt now. I'm here to tell
See,
you.
I can't remember why we got in trouble. Like, I remember getting in trouble, and I'm sure it's because me and Valerie were fighting about something, but I don't ever remember why.
Yeah.
Like, you can remember that. I don't remember, and I'm sure it was just arguing or like we were hurting each other or something, but I mean, we're 11 months apart.
Yeah. Oh, no, I can remember.
But I don't remember why.
Yeah, I can remember us three boys getting rowdy. You know, there was 3 boys and a girl. Us 3 boys getting rowdy, and Dad coming down that hall with that cigarette.
Yeah.
Son, he was mad.
Yeah.
We were too loud, too rough, tearing the house down.
I just remember like Mom would get mad at Daddy for Daddy letting us do stuff.
Yeah.
Like, you know, one time we were shooting fireworks in the garage, or, you know, we're out, I don't know, outside doing something. I mean, that's the kind of stuff I remember is
Yeah.
Daddy letting us get away with stuff and Mama getting mad.
Well, I'm going to guess y'all were probably a little more laid back than we were. Not as wild. There
would
was
agree.
4 of us, and it's funny that we're all a little bit different
Yeah.
somehow.
Yeah.
Like Kurt's the oldest. He's the reserved one.
Yeah.
Mark is the next one. Mark's fuse is pretty short. You got to be careful with him. His fuse is a little short. And then you get to me, I'm the third, but
The third baby, the baby boy.
I'm the baby boy. And I was the type where, I don't know, let's just see what happens. Let's do it and see what happens. You know what I mean?
Ask for forgiveness.
Yeah, no, I never asked for forgiveness. See what happens. And then my sister, I don't know. She was mean. I mean, but now she had 3 brothers, so she had to be a little bit. She had to protect herself. But now, she was probably a little more caring than the rest of us, right?
Yeah.
But so it's funny. We were all a little bit different.
Right.
Growing up in the same household too.
Yeah.
So, anyways, it was it was some good times at our house.
Patrick was the reserved one. He's the oldest, and he's a boy. I believe in birth order. So he was first. He's the boy, so he's the high achiever.
Yeah.
The reserved one. Here I was. I was good until Val came along.
Yeah.
And since we were so close, it was like, I had to find my own identity because I was stuck between those two. But then Valerie was the rebellious one, and then I felt like, well, heck, I'll just do it with her.
Oh yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
So because there's 3.5 years between me and Patrick, but then me and Valerie are so close. So me and Valerie were completely totally opposites until we've gotten older, and now we're more alike. But I don't know, I was just kind of there in the middle.
Yeah, I was in a funny spot because I was the youngest boy, and then when I got into high school, Kurt was gone, and then Mark went into the military, and Dad was just like, whatever.
Right.
I'm
done.
Yeah, he's just like, okay, he didn't come home last night, whatever.
Yeah.
Or, I rolled in at 5 o'clock in the morning. Where you been? I was at so-and-so's. Okay. It was just like.
See, Patricia was sitting up waiting on us.
Well.
Like she had fallen asleep on the couch, and when we'd open that door, she'd get up, and she's like, sit down.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
No, Dad used to play that game.
Not that I had anything to hide, but, she'd stay up.
Yeah, I just didn't care. When I got home was when I got home, and whatever he had to say is whatever he had to say. I didn't care.
And see, like the older, like each year, I can remember we got our curfew extended.
Oh, yeah.
So you didn't have a curfew?
Nah, never.
Like when you were 16?
No.
Are you serious?
Oh, I'm dead serious.
You're lucky to be alive.
I'm dead serious. But Dad he always played that game of like, where you been? I've been up all night. And all I had to say was, no, you haven't.
Yeah,
I could tell.
Asleep.
I could tell you've been asleep. No, you haven't. Well, you woke me up when you came. It was that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But so parenting then is different than today.
Yeah.
I did see a deal, and maybe some stuff about this. I was blown away by it myself. We were talking about us being the what we call latchkey.
Yeah.
Era or
kids.
whatever. Latchkey kids. Well, now they have something where. I think you go through like different progressions of parenting. We were the latchkey, and then the next generation was probably a little easier. The next ones, well, now they got them where they call them FAFO, which F around and find out.
Yeah.
Which to me, that would mean like, and honestly, when I saw that, I first thought of Claude Balls. I thought of Dad, like F around and find out. I'll whoop your butt,
Right.
But that's not what it means.
No. Because that's how we take it, because that's how we were raised. All right, you go ahead and you're going to find out what happens.
Yeah, so they've got parents of today that actually, and social media is big, right? They've got parents of today, instead of teaching your kids something, they let them learn it on their own, no matter what age, and they'll video it. Like, for example, climbing in a chair.
Yeah.
And they're a little bitty, like they shouldn't even be in there, like they could really get hurt, and they fall. And they're like, parents kind of laughs on the video and says, "You won't do that again, will you?"
Yeah.
Or touch something hot and burn that finger. Yep, won't do that again, will you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But there's kids at that age. They can't decipher between, or in my opinion, they can't decipher between, risk versus reward.
Right. Well, they're. Especially like toddlers, like a 2-year-old, 3-year-old, they're exploring everything.
Oh, exactly.
So you have to, put that structure on those kids. If not, then what are you going to do? Let them run out on the road? Well, if they get hit, well, won't do that again.
Yeah,
really?
One of the first few things I thought about was how many kids, or let me back up. how when you were little or
Mm-hmm.
your kids were little, how many latches did you have on drawers and
Oh,
cabinets?
the whole house.
Exactly.
The whole house.
And you think about some of the things that are underneath that kitchen sink.
That's right.
Kids get into that stuff.
And especially like Dawn dishwashing it's blue, or you hear the Tide Pods, stuff like that.
Yeah.
It looks like a
Candy.
bubble gum or candy or something. Yeah, I had everything
So-
locked up. I even have the doorknobs with the round plastic
Yeah, well, they
things
can't
on.
turn.
Yeah, where they can't turn.
So I mean, what is this? And they make these videos of these kids doing these things, and then laugh on the video and go, "Okay, you're not going to do that
Yeah.
again, are you?"
yeah.
That makes no sense to
Instead
me.
of teaching them, hey, because I can remember, and I said this the other day, if they go to touch something, I would say, burn baby,
Yeah.
because it's like they're so little, and I would go, ooh, hot, 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 and if you touch this, you're going to get hurt. And so you've got to say something to them instead of just
Right.
letting them do it.
Yeah, it just seems very, very. I don't know. It seems very dangerous.
Yeah.
And it's like, what do you want your children to get hurt? I mean, what is that really teaching them
Yeah.
in life? Let's be
Right.
real. Look
But they
at
have freedom to do whatever they want to do, and whatever the consequence is, oh well, hate it.
okay, then add a single parent in there.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like a fatherless home. And you look at some of what's going on today
yeah,
out in this exhaustion state. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Seriously. Like I've been watching these videos and I'm trying to put two and two together of like, say like what's going in Chicago right now, where people are just stealing and robbing these places blind and just
Yeah.
vandalizing things,
Kids.
and they're children.
Yeah.
So were these some of these children of this FAFO style
Absolutely.
of raising,
absolutely.
fatherless?
Yeah,
I don't know.
motherless. I mean,
Yeah, maybe.
yeah, because that's what I'm saying. It makes no sense that you would let a 5-year-old go into a Target, because I've seen that. 5-year-old go into a Target and have a Target bag and shove that Target bag full of anything that they can find. And then the mom, it was a mom, lets them walk out with it.
Really?
Yeah. Does not care.
Wow.
And I'm like, what really? I mean,
Yeah, I don't know, man. It makes no sense.
It-
So I
it's
just,
frustrating.
yeah, I think about what you go through at school and you're out of the
Mm-hmm.
classroom, and I think about the parents and the children and what you're having to teach. And I remember last year how wore out you were
Yeah.
with a combination of all of that.
Yeah.
Right. And it just made me think of, and that's why I did a little research on the style of parenting that's
Mm-hmm.
going on today.
Right.
And it just seems like it's not genuine parenting.
No. And I think one of my pet peeves is, well, I'm doing the best that I can. I'm a single mom or I'm a single dad. Hey, I've been there.
Yeah, man. My
I did,
mother.
I did it with 2. Your mom did it. No, you're not doing the best that you can,
Exactly.
because you can work. You can take care of your kids as a single parent. You can do everything that you need to do. Your kids do not have to act that way.
Well, and they weren't, I would assume that later on when they become teenagers, they probably enjoy the freedom.
Oh, yeah.
But
I'm
early
sure.
on, if you teach them better, they may turn out a little
Yeah.
different. If that makes sense.
Yeah. But I hate hearing that excuse. I'm doing the best I can. I'm a single parent. No.
Yeah, no. And you probably hear that a lot,
Oh,
especially
yeah.
in the role you're in.
Yeah, exactly.
Role you were
Exactly.
in.
Yeah.
It's just
Make
interesting.
excuses.
It's interesting to me.
Yeah.
When you fast forward to, I don't know, later on when these kids move into junior high, what kind of kids are they going to be?
Right.
When they move into high school, what kind of kids are they going to be? When they become young adults,
Yeah.
what's that mean?
I know.
Right? What's the percentage? What do you think the percentage of graduates there are today?
I don't know.
I mean, I think it's more than when we were young because of just the way things are. I'm assuming.
Yeah. I don't know. 86, 87.
Yep. Percentage of kids that graduate today in North Alabama and in where I'm from is about 91, 92%
Yeah.
today.
That's good.
But what do you think that percentage is or was when we were in high school? When you were I graduated in 88. Around that time frame, 86, 87, 88, 89, what do you think that percentage was then More, less? What do you think?
I mean, I think it would be less just because people, I mean, I had people that quit, you know, like in 10th grade to go to work
Well, yeah, you know,
and things like that to help a parent that
See,
was single, things like that.
I can remember some guys that quit in around the 10th, 11th
It's once
grade.
they start able to drive.
But it wasn't to help their parents.
Yeah.
They just quit.
Yeah.
Which makes no sense to me.
Well, I knew one guy. He graduated with Valerie, and he quit, or he actually failed, and so he could be held back with his girlfriend.
Oh.
And then he wound up quitting as a senior.
How do you quit as a
Didn't gra-
senior?
and didn't graduate.
Makes no sense.
Yeah.
You can't fight it out.
It was
1 year?
It was had issues with authority. You know,
Yeah.
they didn't want people telling them what to do. So
That makes no sense to me.
you know, I knew a couple of people like that, and but for the most part, I mean, I would maybe it's slower just because, like I said, people would quit to help out their families. So
You know, when
if
I-
it's 91 now, I'd say 85 then.
Back then in 88, 89, around there, it was 78, about 78.5%.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I wouldn't think it'd be that low.
Yeah. So it's gone, however you want to look at it, it's gone, percentage of graduates have gone
Gone
up.
up, yeah. That's good though.
Yeah, but I mean, it's funny because I don't, in our time frame of grad, people didn't quit to help their family or to work on the farm or to,
Yeah.
you know, to all that. They didn't
Yeah.
do that. That just means they were too lazy.
Right.
You know, they had other things on their mind. They just, like I said, got their driver's license and, you know, and decided, well, and it's not like you can go to a real job at 16, 17 years old, not a real job where you're making good,
yeah.
back then making decent money,
Yeah.
right? You just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
You needed at least a high school diploma.
Right. Or GED.
But back to you said people, and I've heard others say that before about, oh, they didn't like authority. Mm-hmm. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. That means they're the problem. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
No, it is. Because I mean, what are you going to do?
Authority.
Not like work for yourself the rest of your life so nobody can tell
Yeah,
you what
exactly.
to do.
I mean, when you go to work in life, anything
life.
you do in life, that's life.
That's life.
That's life.
Yeah.
And if you look at it, and that's not really to me authority.
Yeah.
If you own the company and I work for you, well, I'm
Yeah.
doing what you tell me to do. Is that
Right.
authority? No, you own the company.
you own the company.
And that's how you
Yeah.
want things done.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I've heard that before. It drives me crazy.
I know.
It's just like
Have problems with authority.
Yeah.
Authority figures.
yeah, exactly. You're going to have authority figures your entire life.
That's right.
But yeah, I thought it was interesting the percentage of graduates back then versus now, and I only say that because of what we're talking about, how kids are raised today, and you know, with social media and very little parenting that it seems, and not all
Yeah.
parents are like that,
No, they're not.
but you see it more common where they take that easy approach.
Yeah.
Or is it a soft approach
Yeah.
where, I don't want to spank my kids. I don't want to tell
I
them.
want to be their best friend.
Oh yeah, that's a
I want
huge
to be
one.
their best friend. I don't want to be their parent. I'd rather them love me, and
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
gonna love you. Because let me tell you what, the ones I know just from experience, the ones that I was the hardest on in my class
Mm-hmm.
are the ones that loved me the biggest.
Oh yeah, it's funny how that works.
It is, and then they're the ones that you wind up having that soft spot for.
Yeah, have a good
Because you had
relationship.
Such a struggle, but then yet, I mean, and there's even kids nowadays that I'm in this new position and I'm working after school, and I have to get on to this one boy every single time I'm working, and I'm like, look, you've got to listen to me. I mean, he's cussing. He's,
He's just got stuff to say,
he's
man.
like in third grade and he's cussing, and I have to have these serious conversations with him. And I mean, he's almost in tears. And then the next day, like today, he saw me. He goes, "Are you working after school today?"
Yeah.
And I said, "No." And he goes, "Oh, Monday?" I said, "No, we're not at school." And he said, "Oh." And I said, "I'll be there Tuesday." And he goes, "Okay."
You do realize that I was that kid with the language problem, right?
In third grade?
Yeah, third,
Gosh, I hope
fourth.
not.
Yeah, so I was in the Catholic school. Can you believe that? I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't go to the public school until the 5th grade, and that's where all my friends were. But up until then, I was in the Catholic school.
But why would you cuss though in third grade?
Where do you think I learned it? Claude Balls.
I know, but you don't have to repeat it. That's why
Why?
I told him. I said, you're a kid. I said,
Yeah.
you don't have to repeat this.
Made me sound tough, I guess.
I said, I don't cuss. I told him, I said, I don't cuss. And he goes, why not?
Yeah.
It's going to be so much fun.
Yeah,
Why not?
yeah.
And I go,
Why not, girl?
I go, I might say something. I said, but I don't say the F word. And he goes, oh, really? He goes, why not? And I was like, okay, we're not getting anywhere in this conversation. Like, it's a fun thing. Like,
That's
I
awesome.
can't wait till I can say that word and not get in trouble.
Yeah. Man, I did it in the Catholic
gosh.
school. I got my mouth washed out with soap 7 times. 7 times.
So why did you stop?
Because
Because if it took 7 times, you really didn't care.
yeah. Guess what they got me on the last time?
What?
Spick and span. You remember that box of Spick and span? They put some of that on my tongue.
That
Tried
could
to-
have killed you.
Probably.
That's poison.
Yeah. So, why you asked me why did I stop? I probably didn't. I went to the public school in the 5th grade.
I mean, but 7 times, that's probably one time in 1 year.
No, I don't remember. I just know my brother Kurt. The way that school was laid out, like I was downstairs and he was upstairs in classes, and
Y'all were in the basement.
they would go get Kurt out of class and say, "Hey, he's acting up again."
They would go get Kurt. Why not call your daddy
Exactly.
or your mama?
Kurt's like, "What do you want me to do? Whip him? I don't know.
I'm a
What,
kid.
yeah, what do you want me to do?" But I just I had a language problem. That's just the way it was.
I wonder why. Though, seriously, though.
I don't know. I was, like I told you earlier, I was one of those that just, hey, let's just see what happens. I didn't care.
See, I don't care for it. I don't care anything
Yeah, I
about
know.
it.
I know.
It drives me crazy.
Right. Now if my kids would have done that, I whipped fire out of them.
Yeah.
I never want them to act like I acted when I was young.
Yeah.
That was terrible.
And I'm very fortunate. I think we're both are, because none of our kids
Oh,
cuss
man.
like that.
That, and they don't act like I acted.
No, thank God.
Oh, yeah. Thank goodness. I mean, Ethan gets out of hand. He don't get out of
he
hand.
never. No.
No.
No, that's not. No, none of
They're
our
all
children
good. They're
get
all
out of
good.
hand, because if you getting out of hand is your definition, then no, they're angels.
Yeah, you're right.
They're angels. They're good kids.
They are. Yeah, I mean, very, very fortunate. Very
Yes.
fortunate. Because could have went the other way.
Absolutely, with all of them.
But yeah, so anyways, kids today, man. So
Yeah.
I'm very glad that you're out of the class.
Thank you.
You have no idea.
Yeah.
Number one, you're awake when you get home,
Yeah.
and I have somebody to talk to because I ain't talking to nobody all day probably. And you're more likely to cook supper.
And that's true.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas before, you're like you just walk in
I
and
was
throw something down on the counter,
exhausted.
or make meat leftovers. Or well, I like leftovers.
Yeah. I was going to say, wait, you always want me
I
to
do.
make enough to
I
have
do.
leftovers.
I do. I always like that.
You don't want to have to eat a sandwich.
I do not. I'm
But
done
see,
with that, girl.
I love sandwiches.
Yeah, we're not gonna get on
I
that.
love peanut butter and jelly
We're not gonna
sandwiches
get on
with
that.
some potato chips on it.
Yeah, but
Thanks, Granny. She always said I was going to turn into a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
oh really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you got close.
Because you put the peanut butter and the jelly, and you put some Lay's plain potato chips on there, and you
Oh,
smash
my.
it together. And then you don't have to have potato chips on your plate. All you got to do is just smash it together and eat it.
Oh my goodness
And
gracious!
Granny would say, "What do you want to eat?" And I'd go, "Peanut butter and jelly sandwich." She goes, "Girl, you're going to turn into a peanut butter and jelly
I'm really
sandwich."
surprised that she even allowed it the way she is.
Oh, no, she would let us eat, like, tomato and cheese sandwiches with some mayonnaise on it. She'd let us do that. Peanut butter and banana, peanut butter and jelly. We loved salmon patties with mashed potatoes and
Yeah.
green peas and baby carrots. She'd cook that she cooked all the time.
Uh-huh.
But, like, for lunch, like I said, she stayed at home with us forever.
Right.
And we were very fortunate that she was able to do that. And she, like for lunch, she'd say, "What do you want?" And we'd always say, "Sandwiches."
Oh, okay.
I love sandwiches.
Yeah, it just surprised me because she seems like the type that would always want to eat healthy stuff.
Yeah, she did. Like, we didn't have sodas. We
What-
didn't have Little Debbie's.
What do y'all
things
do
like
at
that.
school? What do y'all have good menus at school?
Yeah, we do. Like, the lunchroom at the school I was at and the lunchroom here, they have amazing lunchroom ladies. They are amazing, and they cook great food. Like, today I didn't get to eat lunch, but yesterday we had chicken Alfredo,
Uh huh.
and I had chocolate pudding and a salad. They have a salad bar every
Man,
day.
look at you go.
And they had rolls and vegetables and things like that. So I had that, and then, or you could have meatloaf with mashed potatoes
Wow.
and English peas.
Man, whenever I was in high school, and I don't remember all the meals that we had, but
Yeah.
I always got 2 meals and 6 chocolate milks.
That is ridiculous.
That's what I had every day.
You sound like Zane.
2 meals and 6 chocolate milks.
I would fit, like, if he didn't, he would eat on pizza day, but I would fix him 2 of everything and put it in his lunchbox. That
Yeah.
kid ate so much food.
Yeah, man, I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved when it was lunchtime, and then when they built the upgraded our high school, they put you had your main meal, and then you
Yeah.
could like get burgers, fries, hot dogs on the
Right,
side.
right.
Oh man, that was right up my alley.
Well, that's what they do. They have 2 different options.
Uh-huh.
Because, like, the other day, when I had training and I wasn't there, they had taco bar.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool.
Do parents come and eat at school?
They can come and eat on Fridays.
Oh, just on Fridays. Okay.
I think that starts next Friday, though. We wait till after Labor Day to start that, but they can come and eat on Fridays.
Okay. Interesting. So, what's do you miss being in the class at all? Is there any part of it that you actually miss?
Yeah. Well, like I said,
You said something
earlier,
about kids, that part, but you still get to be with the kids today. So
But I don't get to create those lasting relationships with the parents and the kids.
that's
like,
what you miss the most?
I do. I really
Oh.
do. Because
Yeah, you
I
said
have
that.
parents that still today reach out to me and they'll be like, oh, we should come back. Oh, we should come back, or they'll drop me something and say, because like my kindergarten kids that are moved up, every year they might still give me a Christmas present,
Yeah.
or they write me a little note or something like that. And that's the kind of I miss those relationships.
Well, let me ask you this:
Yeah.
what's your next goal?
After this position,
Yeah,
I would love to be in some sort of administrative role.
like a what? Like a when you said like an
Assistant
AP?
principal, assistant principal, or and I have to do that before, like, I would become director of pre-K program or something like that.
Oh, you have to
because
be an assistant principal before you can do
have
that?
to have at least a year's experience of assistant principal.
Oh, okay.
Because the director's next step up, or
Yeah.
a principal. But I would love to, I would love to be assistant principal.
What does assistant? Is that what Brandy is?
No, she's principal.
Okay. So what does assistant principal consist of? Because you went and got your admin degree.
Yes.
So you pretty much are working towards that now because
Mm-hmm.
this is a leadership style role now, right?
Correct.
So could you go into an assistant principal job next, or is there some other step in between?
Yeah.
I don't know how it works.
Yeah, I can.
And what does an assistant principal look like?
I mean, they assist the principal, and
I don't know what that means.
but like anything that the principal needs help with, they might have separate duties where the assistant principal handles the discipline and the principal handles the day-to-day stuff. It's just it's whatever needs to happen at that school, and you designate who's going to do what. So, and like when the principal's not there, you take over as principal. So
So it's kind of a role that prepares you maybe to move on.
yes.
It's maybe this is what it sounds like. It sounds like one of those things where it's a role that's it sets somebody up for the next step. It kind of lays the foundation for the next step. Like they go, okay, Ann Christine, we see that potentially someday you're going to be a principal, so we want you to get into this job to get your feet wet to kind of get you ready for the next role. Is that what it is?
Right. Because like what I'm in right now, I am, with the teachers, and I'm talking to them, and I'm, creating those relationships with the adults at our school. So, because I'm not interacting as much with the students.
Okay.
I'm not making lesson plans
Yeah.
every day. I'm making a schedule for myself and
Okay.
for my AP and for my principal. So then, therefore, that's why it's a leadership position. And I'm learning Title I. I'm learning all kinds of different things on how a school runs,
Yeah.
the demographics of our school and
Okay.
how a school runs. So that way I can be into an AP position. So then, it's a learning process.
Sure. That's similar to where I came from, where I work.
Yeah, like you have your different positions that get you ready for leadership.
Yeah. So, I mean, well, you've got, like when you're a supervisor, there are some guys that they see, they go, okay, we would like to see these guys move to the next step.
Yeah.
Which would be some form of a manager. But a lot of times they would take a guy and they would send them to a plant that maybe wasn't as large.
Right.
And would, you know what I mean? You had less employees to deal with, less supervision to deal with, not as big of a role, and that's kind of where you got your feet wet.
Right.
I mean, not me, of course. But.
Right, but that's what I'm doing. I
Yeah.
went to a smaller school that's about
Right,
half
right.
the size of Priceville, and so and that way I get to learn about like I said, the demographics of the school, and it is less stress because you have half the load.
Right, yeah, and I get that part.
Half the teachers, half the students.
Yeah.
It is a smaller campus, so.
Yeah, and then it's like once those guys become where I came from, once they become successful at a smaller plant,
Right.
whatever, if they're successful, they would move on at some point to a larger
Right.
plant because we've got Nucor was spread out, had a lot of different plants, and a lot of different areas, and a lot of different categories. I mean, specialty product, specialty steel
Yeah.
to all kinds of stuff. So there's all different sizes of plants, and so that's kind of how they did things as well.
Yeah.
And I assume that's how it worked, but I wasn't sure. I'm not. That school system's different, man.
It is.
That school system can be a buddy system. That's what I always say. Got to be careful.
Good old boy system.
Good old boy system. You got to be careful.
But those good old boys, they can be good too. I mean, it can be a good
If you're on the right side of it.
I'm on the right side.
Yeah, exactly. So, well, maybe you'll get to move into that position since that's what you're working for. Well, and I hope you do.
Yeah.
It helps me out too, man. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Exactly.
Pad that retirement.
Yeah, there you go. Pad that retirement. Nah, I don't believe that. That's yours. But anyways, well, good.
Yeah.
What else? What else you got going on?
I think that's about it. I've started taking a class again.
For what?
So for my admin.
Oh.
Or like to just like better myself.
So
with it.
you finished your admin degree.
Yeah.
So this is more just kind of.
It is like what great principals do,
Oh.
So what do you need to do to be a great principal?
I got to read these 5 books and take these 3 classes.
Yeah, I got to take these 6 classes. No, I'm kidding. But it is just like, continuing education type stuff.
Yeah. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good. Sounds good. Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know of any other questions I got for you. Mm-hmm. You got any more information for me? Anything I need to know?
No, I think I'm good.
Okay.
I'm hungry.
Oh, well.
I haven't had lunch today.
Okay. All right. Well, I have. All right. Well, we're going to get off here. I appreciate you tuning in. Like, subscribe, the old thumbs up, thumbs down. Drop some comments. Would be appreciative. Hope you like this. This is a little bit newer format, right?
Yeah, I love it.
I do too. We talk longer than we did before. A little more comfortable to sit and talk.
Yeah, it is.
I like some of the topics that we talk about. I mean, and going forward, there are going to be some different things.
Yeah, it's just not about you anymore.
Yeah, I'm an important guy. I mean, if you don't believe that, just ask me. Right?
Oh, yeah, I believe it.
But no, so I kind of want to just have some different folks on, talk about some different things. But I still want to talk about work stuff.
Right.
Like talking about your work, not so much my work, what I used to do, and have some other guys come in that I used to work with, and some that are in different categories or different job descriptions, in the future, and talk about some huntings, talk about some good things, Mm-hmm. So I hope people like this format a little bit better.
Yeah.
I know I do.
I do too. I enjoy it.
Yeah. So anyways, we'll get off here. Like, subscribe. Like I said, drop us some comments. Peace out.
Toodles.